This video will feel a bit different because there's not really a script, since I'm recording this while streaming. Speaking of which, you should check out my live streams. So yesterday I got one of my videos reacted to. It mostly went as I expected. We agreed in some parts, disagreed in others, but there was this one topic I feel like we disagreed the most. It was when I said that ZZZ has a younger target audience. Let's watch the video and see what the yapper here has to say.
Yeah.
The difference in demographic explains why these two communities react so differently. Because let's be real, who the game attracts plays a big part. Uwa leans into a slightly older, more mature audience.
No, it doesn't.
ZZZ,
Yes, it does.
even with all its Gunnerbait character designs, clearly has a younger demographic.
Wua also has a younger demographic as well. I know before someone says, oh, that's not true, please go look at the damn age rating for both of these games.
Good point! Good point. I love this point, actually. And I'm going to prove you wrong right now. You see, if you come here and search Wuwa, ZZZ, and Nikkei, let's add Nikkei in for a little bit of fun. So let's look at this. All three of these games have the same age rating, right? Wuwa is 12 plus, so is ZZZ, but so is Nikkei. Do you think Nikkei is targeted for 12-year-olds? I don't think so. Do you want to know why these gacha games always aim towards the 12 plus age rating? The 12 plus age rating lets them advertise on posters, in the streets, and billboards, and stuff like that. They aim for the 12 plus so that they can get advertisements and collabs. Do you think that this is a 12 plus rating? I don't think so. Then you have this. Does this look like a 12 plus rating? She had to kill her best friend. Then she tried to kill herself. And here she's holding a severed head. Does this look 12 plus to you? No, it doesn't, right? Exactly. Because this rating does not mean it's targeted for this audience. The same applies for ZZZ and Wuthering Waves. So saying that Wuthering Waves is targeted for the same audience as ZZZ because both have a 12 plus rating is wrong.
They're both, 13 plus, or if not a little under that? Come on, bro. The only, because I even called this out in the last video I reacted to related to him, right? Related to this content creator. He, for some reason, I don't know why, he has this perception that Withering Waves is dark and gritty and is made for an adult audience when it's not, because there's hardly anything dark and gritty about the game.
It's not made for an adult audience, it's made for an older audience. If you notice, I've never called the ZZZ audience children, and never did I call the Wuba audience adults. I always refer to younger and older. I could be talking about 16-year-olds and 19-year-olds. Never did I call them children. Both him and a lot of comments keep saying I call ZZZ children. And I did mention it in my latest video. I don't know where they get that perception on, but if that hat fits you, that's on you, not on me. And I could also be talking about ZZZ has a target audience of 20-year-olds and Wuba has a target audience of 25-year-olds. That's what younger and older means.
Furlova is a prime example of that. demented, twisted, all that stuff, right? But what I'm getting at is that the content related to woo-wah is not such ultra dark shit that is clearly made for an adult audience. Like,
it doesn't have to be. A story doesn't have to be Nikke level dark to be meant for an older audience. I can show you some examples. The scenes itself, the way the characters move and act, the voice acting, goes a long way to decide what audience you will get. I have two clips here. Both these clips are very similar. One is from woo-wah and the other is from ZZZ. The context is similar, or the clip itself is similar. That's why I chose these two clips. So let's see them. First we'll watch the ZZZ one, okay? And pay attention to what happens.
Perfect! We're the first to get here.
I was thinking, since we have the upper hand, we might as well call it a day. But seeing you like this really brings out my predatory instincts.
So soft. So warm.
Are you crazy?
Huh? Don't all kitties love being warm and toasty?
Right? We have this one. And I'm going to show you a similar scene, or at least as similar as it gets, in Wuthering Waves.
Not bad!
This ground slam is pleasing me next.
Think you can keep me from fighting? Careful now! We'll see who rips whose throat out first.
The difference here, at least for me, is very clear. The tone of the characters, the way they acted, it's a lot more serious. Of course, I could be disingenuous and show you clips like this one, right? Where they completely fumble. And it's not meant to be serious, of course.
In short,
This is also not meant to be serious, and so is this woo-wah clip, right? Just look at Abby's face. Both games have unserious moments, but on the quote-unquote more serious encounters in a similar vibe, you can really spot the difference. So let's see what else he has to say.
For example, like the comparisons I made in my last reaction to him, right? Woo-wah is not Dead Space. Woo-wah is not Togepi's Original Sin. Woo-wah is not what's another dark game? Guts or no, what's it called? Berserk? Yeah. Like Woo-wah is none of those things.
Yeah, and ZZZ is not woo-wah. You see how that point doesn't make sense? Or, I mean, it does make sense, but not in the way you want it to.
Right. Actually, I guess I would lean Woo-wah being more towards Togepi's Original Sin, because even in that show, where it has a lot of serious and heavy and more mature themes in it, right? It still has its lighthearted moments with its characters.
A game doesn't always need to be serious and gory for it to have an older target audience. These games that are meant to older audiences don't always need to be serious. Look at GTA, look at Red Dead Redemption. Both of them have a 18 plus target audience, right? They are not always serious. there's a lot of goofy moments there. It doesn't mean that the target audience is a younger demographic.
Right? So, again, this whole using age to be the end all be all between what demographic plays what game is it's not a good use. It's not even a good example to use. Or rather, it's not a good metric to base it on because of how the communities react to you.
It's not how the community react to me, it's how the community reacts to everything. It's not me as specific. I know that making these kind of videos will piss off a big portion of the quote-unquote minority of ZZZ that look for these kind of videos to comment on them and, well, have debates, right? So no, I don't base this on my comments. Far from it.
That's not a good one. Especially when you take into consideration that another reason that he's probably saying this is because a lot of the content creators that you see play Wuthering Waves are adult content creators. But the thing is, that also applies to Zenless, that also applies to Genshin, and that also applies to Star Rail. So again, using the metric of
I didn't mean that they are adult content creators. Yes, I think every content creator that I've watched play like Genshin, ZZZ, Wuthering Waves, they are adults. Doesn't mean that their content is targeted for adults. There's a very clear difference.
the demographic of the player base to be like, oh, therefore everyone who plays the game is that. It's kind of But let me rewind.
I'll bet you a Loon Knight subscription that if someone like Saint, for example, or some other Kurobot, but let's say Saint because he's the number one Kurobot, right? Imagine he goes to the analytics of his channel and sees what demographic of people watch his videos. And then you pick whatever Hoyo content creator you want. Whichever one. You can pick and choose. And then make them go to their analytics and show the age of the people that watch their content. I'll bet you a Loon Knight subscription that the audience that watches Santontas will be older. There's always exceptions, but in the most part, it will be. Who the game attracts plays a big part. WoWa leans into a slightly older, more mature audience. ZZZ, even with all its Gunnerbait character designs, he keeps going back, has a younger demographic. The tone of the story, the way characters act, the content creators they watch, it all.
The same can be said about Wuthering Waves too. What? I'm sorry I'm having this reaction to it, but this is my genuine reaction. Because, again, this is the second time I don't see him use this argument, and it just...
It's the second time because you rewind the video. But, I don't know what the problem is here. I can't see it. I didn't say anything out of the ordinary. The ways characters act, on average, and on serious moments, WoWa vs ZZZ is not close. It is not close.
Doesn't hold.
The voice acting is a lot more deep and serious in Wuthering Waves. It's not close.
Oh, wait. When you actually sit here and think about it.
It has goofy moments, but there are goofy moments in every game.
Let me go back. Let me listen to this again.
The big part. WoWa leans into a slightly older, more mature audience. Went back. ZZZ, even with...
I mean, if that were true, then I'd have to ask, why is there so many lighthearted and wholesome moments throughout WoWa's story?
Because there can be? What do you mean, why are there light-hearted moments? Having a light-hearted moment doesn't mean the target audience is kids. Nikkei has light-hearted moments, like that one moment where we bang another Nikkei. I would consider that light-hearted. Would you recommend that to a kid? I don't think so. There's also another light-hearted moment where Anise tells the commander that she will fart on his face if he comes too close. I mean, that's light-hearted. Is it aimed at kids? I don't know. Maybe.
Instead of ultra serious, right? Because there's a number of moments in Wither story that I played that are a lot of wholesomeness, a lot of, oh man, this is our love, this is a loving moment between characters, right? It's had its serious moments, but it's not so freaking serious that it's like, oh, dark and gritty all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Having light-hearted moments does not mean it's for a younger audience. I already said that, but let's keep going.
Like, no.
With all its Gunnar-bait character designs, clearly has a younger demographic. The tone of the story...
The tone of the story...
Yes.
Using that as a justification for it being made for a younger audience also doesn't make sense.
Why?
Because just because the story isn't ultra dark and gritty, therefore is made for a younger audience, that doesn't make sense.
You just said that. Bro is contradicting himself. What? So he just said that because Wuthering Waves has some lighthearted moments doesn't mean that it's for an older audience. And now he's saying that just because the game doesn't lean into dark and gritty 100% of the time doesn't mean it's for a younger audience. Bro, can you like pick a side? I mean, the other arguments I was like, okay, fine, I'll debate it on it, but this one here kind of pissed me off.
The tone of the story, or unless he's implying like how the characters interact with each other being like the reason why it's babyish or meant for children, it just like it falls flat. Because Xenoblade Zero is doing this thing where it's striving for the slice of life thing, right? It's doing the slice of life thing where it's like you're enjoying life before, you know, the hollows explode and then consume the last city that exists on the entire effing planet. Right?
Yeah. And they also rely on high schoolers to fight an evil organization or something like that. Yeah.
Right? So it's like enjoy these moments while you can type ish. Which is why the characters react the way they do, interact with the way they do, right? It's meant to be a fun time before it's not a fun time. Basically. And that's the vibe that the story gives off, right? Because when it's lighthearted, the story is lighthearted. But when it gets serious, guess what? It gets serious. The music change, characters and their facial expression, it gets serious immediately.
I think we'll leave it at here. Because from what I remember, these were like his whole points. Even though he's contradicting himself, I do believe that he's trying to say that because of that, they are both for the same demographic. That's just not true. He finished with, well, the characters get very serious when they have to be. Compare serious moments from ZZZ with Wuthering Waves. Find me the most serious clips from both games, and we can compare them. It is not close, not even slightly. So, with that, I'm kinda eating right now because I'm hungry. So with that, I think we'll end the video here. I think I addressed the main points on the target audience topic. So yeah, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, stay critical, and bye bye. So Septa, I want to report about the case of admin abuse. I'll ban the admin. I'm going to time them out for 1 minute. Though he has admin, so I don't know if he can bypass it. Can he still moderate the chat? He can, what?
Then that's our next stop. Onwards!
How can I remove the timeout? Wait. How much timeout did he put you? Was it 1 minute too?